Morning, Blair.
Good day.
So how is our 70 SS factory cowl hood reconstruction coming?
It's actually coming good. You can see this front piece I've already replaced.
Beautiful.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now I've made up this, and the same as that side I have to do later. I'm only doing one side at a time, so I don't lose my benchmark, my shape.
Yep.
So I'm about to weld this piece on, and then we'll do the other side, top and bottom. One small spot at the back.
All right, this is at the back here. You're just going to cut out that square there, and right there. So that piece is going to get cut out, and then that's it for reconstruction underneath.
I have the two front corners on the upper skin, right?
Yeah, we had an area here, and then I remember there's another area.
Potentially here,
yeah,
yes.
probably, right?
Yes. So when we're done, it'll be a super solid hood, good for another 50 years.
That's right. There we go.
So,
yes, another 50. Well put. Well put.
Yes.
Yes, because it already is 54 years old. God, how old does that make us?
Young.
At heart. We're young at heart, guys.
Yes.
Anyway, when you rebuild the toys of your youth, it maintains your youth.
And it makes you feel younger.
Here. Okay, have at her. Let's have a look. Who is that old-looking guy in there? Okay, good enough. You're up. Up and away. Okay, here, I'll take some slack back.
About what you're doing today.
What am I doing today?
Well, that's always a question.
I'm gonna go put away all the tools from the frame deconstruction, clean up.
Ready to go out and blast, right?
So then maybe once I get everything cleaned up, we'll sweep the floors, and then I'll give me a hand and we'll get the frame out of there.
Okay, now if we get the frame out of there.
Well, actually, I don't want to take it out of there because it might be pissing rain tomorrow. We don't know yet.
We might paint it right where it sits then. Like once
it's blasted, we can just bring it in here because we do have an exhaust fan. So as long as it's not pissing rain tomorrow.
So, no, what I'm wondering,
Yeah.
okay, so if we brought it back in and got it painted,
Yeah.
even without suspension, we could carry the frame back outside and put this one in, and then we can do the frame swap.
Yes, and for the amount of time it takes, we could just take, now that we know there is another suspension in there, we could just bolt the rear end back into it, just for, so it's on a suspension, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we could just bolt that rear end, we don't have to blast it or nothing.
Out of your back there.
Yeah, all right, yes. We could just put that suspension back in just so we can roll around. There's only 4 bolts.
Yes.
Right?
Well, and I mean, we have this one too.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, we could make it a roller.
Yeah, at least we can make
it. It's gonna be a long time before we get whatever we get.
That's right, yes, because I still don't know if we're going Speed Tech, if we're going Hotchkiss. I have no clue yet, but I mean, but still, we're probably a month away.
But what it comes down to is, when we get that frame out of there, we leave the bay empty.
Yes, we won't put the Buick back in unless we're gonna do something.
Right.
We could go park the Buick somewhere else, but what I gotta do is sell a couple cars so we have some space. Well, hopefully next weekend Connor's getting his boat out, so that gives us 2 more spots in there. We can at least get stuff out of the way.
Okay, and what else has to be moved out? Oh, you were gonna get the blazer out.
Yes. If it stays dry for another day or 2, I should be able to drive it out.
What was happening? Didn't have 4x4?
I gotta go. I didn't want to bend down in the mud and look. There might not be a drive shaft in the front. I didn't look, but I'm gonna go. I might go look at it once I get this thing cleaned out. Because maybe I will try and get that out. Because if it is gonna rain, it'd be nice to get it out before it's worse.
Well, that exposes the 64 Malibu too.
Yes, the Malibu. The one that's been dragging around for 40 years.
Yes.
See, people, you know what really, you know what I like is when I post pictures and people say, that stuff's all junk. What did one guy say? 80% of that stuff is not restorable. Don't take a picture of that beautiful Malibu.
I'm a little bit miffed by that.
Yes, I know.
Because that car is awesome, because it looks like death.
Yes.
I mean, the quarters caved in, the doors bent in half.
And we're just gonna go put the EKG on it, whatever, shock it back to life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so what the heck am I doing? Well, let me tell you. I've taken off the rusted corner here, which is right here. And it wasn't that bad. It had one hole where a bunch of crap got stuck in between the layers. So, made a new piece, 2 breaks, weld through primer, spot weld on the side. I did a hole punch. I've sandblasted this, treated it with primer. It's quite solid, has some pitting, but it's perfectly acceptable. So now my new piece will fit most excellent. So now I'll weld it across here and try not to warp the hell out of this. And then I can weld it across the front and a spot weld on the side. And she'll be like new on this corner. The other corner is going to be a lot more involved. You can see a big freaking rust hole. It's not just a little one over here. So I'm probably going to be, I'm trying to stay away from this, but we'll see what happens. The metal will decide, as always. And then I can do this front piece here. I mean, it's just an old hood, but I freaking dig this because by the end of the day, it's a new hood. Well, it's a very nice hood. And that's why we do it. It's fun, and we bring it back and save it. Buy an aftermarket one, then I have a whole bunch more gapping to do. It's usually not quite as strong. So this is why I do what I do. I need just a fit is everything. I'm still a hair high, so I'm going to tap that just this front centimeter, and then I'll start welding it on. There, I like that better. Okay. Beauty. Now I'll put my freaking helmet on and do it properly. And vice grips. I'm a little low on this outside corner. Right there, I'll throw a tack on it so it knows I really mean it. Way better. It's supposed to curl down just a bit. Yeah, I'm good.
Not a claw. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay, where was I? Blair, do you want an orange? They're healthy.
Oh, just be a freaking weirdo.
These are actually pretty good. Super sweet. Keep you going till lunch.
Doesn't it have sugar in it?
It has fructose, which is technically a sugar. It also has vitamin C, which is good for scurvy.
Thinking of being a pirate, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're missing this earring.
I got one.
Oh, okay, yeah, you could be a pirate.
Huh? That's what people figure when I sell them a car.
Oh, yeah.
That pirate.
So where's the blast in the frame?
TBT. TBD. To be
You gotta
determined.
figure that out though. I mean, because you gotta prep for it today. So you gotta move a bunch of cars, right?
Well, we would do it right outside Greg's gate.
Greg gonna be here? We could do it right in his yard.
Thinking.
Just trying to give him a beach look out there.
Right. And we're back up to 3.
3 what?
3 tape measures. 1.
Yes, pick him up. Can you give me a hand here for this?
Okay. Okay, what do you need? I'll pop it on, yeah.
And turn it on the piece like this.
What?
There.
Good?
Just have this left.
Yeah,
Spot of that.
cool.
And then you can go, that's a nice hood, Blair. All right. Sandblast another, make a new piece. That was it. Blaster. This is called done.
Yeah, okay.
So rough cut a piece, and we'll throw it in the brake so I can make this front lip because I'm replacing most of that. Don't really need to, but I'm going to, just so I know it's. Put it in the brake while I'm over here. End of it. Roughly. There. Okay. So the idea being, I've got this leading edge. I did the brake, so it's going to get trimmed down 1/8 of an inch long. Then I can put a whole new nose. I mean, there is some heavy pitting, just to be safe. Better safe than sorry. Roughly. Roughly. And straighter. Nice. Again, I'll run it wild over the back edge, and I'll grind it smooth after the piece is installed. I can go a little closer. Trying to make it close enough that I can punch my holes with a hole punch. It doesn't reach in very far. You try to space them evenly, just so it looks cool. And if I was, what the hell? And if I was trying to duplicate factory spot welds, I have a round punch with a concave center. And I can go over with a hammer and the punch and make these look like factory spot welds if we were concerned about being incredibly accurate to original. We're not on this particular job. It's just got to be really nice freaking cut. Pretty happy with this. I'm going to shave that down a bit, but I've just got to do a trim on the front. And then I think then I can spray the back, let it dry, and start welding. Just a little grind to fit. Okay. A little more, of course. There. That's what I wanted. Okay. So I got to spray the back of this. Wait just a couple of minutes. This is copper coat weld through primer. I'll give it a couple of minutes to dry. Then I'll come back and weld up on. And I get that done and ground, and we have a beautiful hood. The weld through primer is dry now. I've got it clamped where I'm happy. It's a nice line here. It's a really nice fit up front. So I'm going to do my plug welds first. And I'll just tack it around, see how it goes. Depends what the metal does. The metal will tell you. Use one of these. Ground. back's good. Not pretty. Not argue. I'm going to grind all that back. Make it nice and straight. So now I can weld up the front. But I got to turn that down. Go a lot hotter on plug welds. Let's see how that works. Okay, I'm gonna tack this in a few spots. Here I've got to pull it in quite a ways. So tack it where it's good. Okay. So probably 7 hours, metal work. But we have an original hood, it's ready to go.